Day 6 of the experiment, and after a heated row with Ty and Jed, Naman has left the house. Kevin and Eddie are discussing last night's argument.
Were you awoken last night?
Sorry?
Did you wake up last night?
I was awake when all that was going on. What was it about?
I'm not sure. I mean, I went in, it was like a pack of wolves.
It's a pity to see anybody leave. That's someone whose views and that we won't be able to see.
The outburst last night is something that I've dealt with, I mean, more times than I can remember. Being a cop, I spent 30-odd years clearing up other people's mistakes and messes. I wonder what sort of upbringing they've had.
Yeah.
They don't know right from wrong either, do they?
Perhaps we're here to teach them a lesson.
Yeah, like they're going to learn from us, aren't they?
Whatever happened last night had quite a profound effect on a lot of people. I think the loss of one of the members is probably best for him and best for us.
Have you seen what's written on the notice board?
Oh, isn't that childish?
Good morning.
I think Naman just flipped and he lost it.
So who exploded first?
I don't actually know what made him upset. I think it was because he felt that he was on his own. I never wanted him to feel left out or feel like he didn't have... Because I think the worst thing in the world is when everyone's together and there's one person left out. Because I've always been that quiet one left out.
Naman's departure has also left Bob reflecting on his own experience.
If you spend most of your life being light-hearted and having a laugh with people, when you get told on the first day by people, that's not funny at all, then that really cuts out part of my personality, dead. Constantly being told, oh, you're drinking too much, oh, you're staggering, it undermines your self-esteem and self-confidence. I think it's a shame I haven't been able to be myself.
Youngest member of the house, Eden, is also finding life difficult.
I thought I would come in and be blasé and open about everything, but I don't feel like that, yeah. I think, yeah, definitely being myself, but maybe a little bit more reserved than usual, just because, I don't know, I don't obviously 100% fully trust every single person in this house.
Throughout their time here, the behaviour of the volunteers has been analysed by clinical psychologist Dr. Hamira Riaz.
Now that we're approaching the halfway point, it doesn't surprise me that we have at least 2 people who are struggling to fit in. This could be for 2 reasons. Firstly, that they're not having their basic needs met, the needs for acceptance, love, and trust, or struggling to manage their fears around rejection, unlovability, and maybe insignificance.
The ethos is to learn from each other. And I think one of the problems has been that instead of having a one-to-one conversation with people, it's been one person talking to more than one person. And that becomes not very helpful. I haven't brought you up here to chat you up, by the way.
No, you know it.
There's 12 unusual people in this house. I'm just here because I'm a miserable, old, bigoted bastard. But I think there's quite a few people who've got a big story, and you've got a bigger story than you've told so far, I think.
My life is raising my children and doing what I love, and what I love is feeling healthy and working out.
So you're really happy?
I love my life. I've never been so happy. I have a very predominant male following, 2.2 million on social media. I think I'm very outspoken. I don't make any apologies for what I say. It's very positive, and I smile and laugh all day. I'm a blogger. I share my experiences with the world, so I have 2 million followers that follow me for writing about my experiences and how I live. 2 million watch my every word. I have a lot of people come to me and ask me to help or to take part and talk about my experiences because I am open.
It's all a load of tosh, really. This 2 million followers, they're not real friends, and I think real friendship is missing. I suspect that underneath this beautiful physical image and the happy, smiley face, that there was something going on that made you not happy.
Well, do you know what it was? Years ago, up until the age of 17, I was bullied for how I looked. So
what, because you look so good?
No, for looking so bad. I just became that kind of the piece of rubbish in life, and people would kick me around and spit in my face and call me ugly. And I didn't know any difference, so I just accepted it. And, you know, I changed my whole appearance to be a Barbie doll, basically, to be a glamour model. And then I fell pregnant. And I was 6 months through a pregnancy by the time I found out. So I didn't have a lot of warning. And my first reaction was, I can't do this. So we had our son, and my son is mentally disabled. 4 days later, my fiancé ran off with a 19-year-old. It's hard, it's really hard.
I'm sure, I mean, it must be dreadful. Yeah, I know. Catch.
You know, to think I was on my own, and I was scared, senseless.
I mean, if you can be happy, having been through all that, then great.
And I love my life.
Is Tracy as happy as she seems? You can ask her until you're blue in the face. I don't think you'll ever get the true answer.
Bob's instincts are telling him that whilst Tracy comes across as confident and in charge of her destiny, that actually perhaps it's a mask that's hiding a deeper insecurity about her looks, about the direction that her life has taken, and the constant pressure to provide for her children.
Jenny has something she wants to get off her chest.
I've decided I'm going to take that library book back to the library.
What?
I've had it 3 years and I'm only on... I'm only on page 105.
Eden is feeling increasingly isolated.
I like to seek that kind of social interaction with other people, and if I wasn't getting that in a sort of appropriate way that fulfilled me, I could start to become quite lonely. Growing up, my mum wasn't very well off, you know, to the point, you know, she wouldn't say it, but I know she wouldn't eat sometimes just so me and my brother could eat. People used to bully me, they used to call me an emo. It can trouble me, you know, if I'm feeling low sometimes. In the past, it has created anxiety, definitely. For a long time, I've wanted to become a police officer. When I was choosing a career, I was thinking, what could I do to help people? And it's my duty to do that, because if you don't, then you're just sitting back and watching it happen.
So this is really interesting from Eden. She's gradually withdrawing from the others and retreating into herself. We need to remember that Eden is the youngest in the group, and she's part of Generation Z, the post-millennials. They're thoughtful, they have higher expectations, and they put a high premium on individuality. They need to be accepted for who they are, and clearly that's something that Eden is struggling with.
It's early evening, and some of the group are discussing a subject close to Eden's heart.
I was with a couple one night. We were out having a drink, and somebody invited us to a party, a big crowd of us, you know. So I went to the party. They're all saying, "Hey, you got any dope? You got any dope?" They all say, "No, no." He said, "I'll go and get some now." He went back to the station and got it out of his locker.
Helps himself, yeah.
Got it out of his locker. On my life, that's the honest truth.
Oh my God. Just some things that have been said just hit home, you know. And you kind of like, obviously everyone else is having a conversation about it, but I don't really feel like I could have a conversation about it in such a light-hearted way.
We had two guys that were really, really racist.
How can they have a place in law, like, when they have those views?
I honestly I hate the stereotype of police everywhere I go, I hear this.
She seems to think that she's by herself trying to fight the world or the wrongs in the world, and she wants to try and put them right.
But I mean, you're never going to get a police officer or an ex-police officer to admit that anything wrong goes on.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to tarnish their name.
That's why you're better off without it, Eden.
Eden, she doesn't like to share her opinions or views on things. She would rather just walk away from the situation.
Did I upset Eden when I started talking about the police, or?
No, I don't think so.
Because she wanted to be a policeman.
Oh, for goodness sake. It's just annoying.
She's too good for them.
It's annoying. It's really annoying, sorry, but we've all got our own experiences. Maybe you haven't experienced what we experienced, but sorry, we can speak about it and give our opinions on how we feel.
It's quite hard right now because I feel like I haven't got an outlet of any kind of thing. I feel like no one really wants to hear me. So.
Downstairs, Dee and Bob are the last ones to go to bed.
I wouldn't follow too close, I've got the wind. You go before me, I might pop off. I'm naughty. Oh, I've got oh my God, I can't believe I'm farting like that. Oh, lovely.
Ty decides to tackle Eden about her attitude to the group.
Sometimes I think it is that you just disappear, like you come around us and you have conversation and you just walk and don't say nothing. It's very rude, obviously.
I like to just go and do my own thing sometimes.
That's really rude and hostile. Like,
It's not hostile. I'm allowed to walk wherever I want. I don't have to justify myself.
Of course not, but you know, like, because we're friends, we're supposed to be like friends and
I went up to get my pyjamas on, to take my stuff upstairs and to put my bed sheets on. I was going to come upstairs, but then I thought, actually, I can't be bothered. I'm going to try and get an early night.
You took offence to what we was talking about with the police, which I don't get, but why you take offence? It's not personal to anyone in particular. We're talking about in general. I can't even say something to Eden without her feeling like I'm digging at her or putting her down. But that's not my problem, sorry.
It's a bit strange because it feels like I'm in a room with so many people, so many somebodies that it makes me feel like a nobody. Do you know what I mean? I don't really feel like I have anything to say. So.
Having struggled to find where she belongs in the house and form meaningful friendships, Eden decides to leave the experiment.
Please don't go.
Why? Like, I'm not needed. I'm feeling worse and worse each day and I feel low myself because I feel that trapped in myself and that low. Please don't. I can't cope, like, not seeing... Do you know what I mean? I just can't.
You are so fucking weird. We had such a laugh. Please stay, please.
If I stay here, I'll just self-destruct. Because that is how low I feel.
Well, at least you see your boyfriend.
Eden's decision to leave is of no real surprise for Dr. Hamira Riaz.
Her key challenge at this stage in her life is to form an identity that feels coherent. She's got some big questions she's trying to answer, both personally and professionally in terms of career decisions. And it's clear that being in the house isn't helping her to answer those questions.
Eden is the second young person to leave the house within the space of 2 days.
It's very interesting because you can see the difference between the two lots of people. I mean, older people are more stoic, aren't we? I did think that the younger ones would have immediate problems because of older you learn to handle things in a different way. And I'd like them to realise that you weren't born with all these wrinkles. We've been through it all just like they are going through it all.
I really don't want you to go because I'm going to have to battle by myself now, you know. I don't know. I just enjoyed being in our company, you know, so I'll miss that. I'll miss that. I really don't want it to go, honestly. She was fun, and she was, among the youngsters, she's probably the most intelligent, without a doubt.
I know how you feel, darling. I know how you feel. I thought she was absolutely lovely, but I knew nothing about her, which is sad. I think that's sad.
Take care, love, all right? Take care. Be happy.
Remember, you're following me on Instagram.
You're coming to Amsterdam.
Yeah. God.
And then there was 10. Who's next?
Now, only 10 of the original 12 volunteers remain. So Bob is planning an evening's entertainment in an attempt to build some much-needed bridges.
Tonight we're going to have a pub quiz. Hopefully everybody will say, do you know what? I really like that Bob Fess. He's a really nice bloke.
Is that you?
That's me.
February.
That's Dolly. She's dead now, Dolly.
Is she? Oh dear.
And this lady dropped dead in the January.
You make me feel better. No, I don't mean that because they're dead. I'm looking at their boobies.
It's been a few days since Tracy set up her online dating profile.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
I can do your hair and makeup and I'll do your outfit.
Oh yeah, let's go.
She's received several matches, and tonight she'll be meeting 2 of them.
I know, I'm all excited. I'm just out of breath thinking about dick.
Not a fucking breath.
Well, you know, I've been a single mum for 4 years. I think it would be nice to meet someone that I really click with. You can just have an adult conversation instead of children's cartoons and nursery rhymes. So I think that is what I'm missing in life. I'm going to leave my legs slightly hairy.
This could be a
so I'm not tempted to like, fuck on first date, yeah.
Just say normal things. Don't say stuff like that. You fucking hell.
I'm more horny on my period.
Tracy, that's vile.
And I'm always horny.
No relationship got out, do you know what I mean? Like, but behave, like, this is why you're single.
Am I allowed to look down to see if he's like happy or not?
No, he's not going to be sat there with an ad on, is it?
It's almost a bit like, can everyone look at me and speak to me?
What do you not mention on a first date then?
Anything that you talk about.
When you think of something, say the complete opposite.
Tracy is taking along 83-year-old and fellow singleton Dee for moral support.
It's gonna rain, no, we're gonna get wet. I'm not a good person at dating. I think I'm just a doormat, like I'm a shit magnet. And I think the older generation, you know, they just have that kind of sixth sense where they can say they're not good for you, or they are, you know, whereas I'm just like, oh, penis.
Get a little bit last-minute homework in. No, God, no. Imagine what his pubes are like if his moustache is like that.
I really think that online dating is a waste of time.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Simon.
In the past, you know, we've always met in clubs or you'd write letters. It'd be fun when you've got a whole load of letters back.
As Tracy gets to know her first date of the evening,
What is that?
It's a Sawi lager. It's Japanese.
Dee watches on with interest from the sidelines.
I'm just so surprised at how many men are still single. Because in my day, if you didn't get married by 25, you were on the shelf.
So what countries have you been to then, if you like Japanese style guys? I've never heard of that before.
Barbados.
Bloody hell.
Egypt, yeah.
Well, definitely not like his picture. Nowhere near. Oh, this one's too young. Yeah, definitely too young for her. Definitely too young for me.
I was in every day doing lab work. Every day.
Yeah.
Like, not 9 till 5, but...
No, I think she's looking forward, actually.
I'm on a time limit, sorry.
No, it's all right. It's lovely to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you too. Thank you.
As Tracy moves on to her second date, Dee starts to see the potential of online dating.
I wish it was me on the dates. It's interesting though, I find it quite interesting, yeah.
I just don't date. I have no idea how. I'm like, so nervous. I was like, what to expect. But yeah.
I think it's more fun this way. I think it's great. I definitely want to try it, definitely.
Thank you, take care, bye.
Online dating probably isn't for me. I'll stick to what I know, I think. They were nice, but had no tingle in my Pringle. Definitely not.
Whilst Tracy rejects online dating, Dee has a more positive response.
My final summary of the evening is I can't wait to get into that Tinder sweetie shop.
Back at the house, Quizmaster Bob has pulled out all the stops for his evening's entertainment.
Whoa!
Jimmy Mallet!
I've thrown myself into the role of pub quizmaster.
Oh, fab.
I love people to like me. Bob Ferris is a bloke who likes to stand up in front of audiences and show off, and this is his first opportunity to do it this year. There is only one rule, it's rule one.
The quizmaster's always a twat.
Exactly. Round.
Perfect!
And the first round is a picture round. Picture number one.
Yeah, I know that is, yeah.
I know who that is too.
Yeah.
Round number two.
Bob, oh, he's just so loud, you know. I can't hear a thing. I've gone deaf in this ear. I had my fingers in my ears. I'm not used to men like that.
Quotes, who said what? I know when that hotline blinged, that can only mean one thing. Was it William Shakespeare? I'm trying to be funny. Yeah, it's still not working. OK, folks, there's only one more. Again, I thought this was Oscar Wilde, but it isn't.
Bob, I don't find him interesting in the slightest, I'm afraid. There's people I can be bothered with and people I can't, but I actually don't like him.
OK, moving on.
Up your eye, put you in the eye.
Too late now.
We're going to crack along.
Sorry, I'm saying
Orlando leads, Orlando leads.
Right, we're going to move on. I don't think people have been overly interested in me as a person.
Cha-ching! You're crazy as fuck! No.
Is he hot?
No.
Oh, was it somebody you dated?
I'm never going to date online again, ever.
Let's just get the bar sorted.
Come on! Yamas, guys.
Yamas.
I'm just in my element behind the bar. I feel good. My body is not a temple, it's an amusement arcade. 3 words that would describe me are Marmite, lesbian, champagne drinker. Oh, actually, that's 4 words, but, you know, who cares? I've never wanted to be anything else. I've always been absolutely delighted with who I am. I met my wife on the first tee of a golf club where I was a member of. At the time, she had a boyfriend, but she was clearly a puff, so I told her so. She denied it, but after a couple of hours, she agreed. Doesn't take me long. I'd like to think I wasn't a typical older person. I'm a bit of a one-off. I feel good. Do that
I knew if you gave us some champagne, this is what would
I
happen.
stood behind the bar and did that. Are they all right for drinks?
Gotta keep up.
They sat at the end of the table. So clearly some people just don't want to be part of it. Unless it's something where they want their voice heard and they stamp their feet or bang on the table.
There's 2 ways to get to London to Penzance, and one is via Taunton.
What did you just say?
Do you want to bang?
The ones to Bristol go up and down, and the direct ones just go straight down.
Hallelujah!
It was very, very noisy, and I'm terrible with loud noises, and I shied away from it. It seemed to be us and them. There were Kevin and I sitting at the table.
People shout. I don't particularly like that. Other people swear, and you know I don't like swearing.
Cheers to the piss ads.
Bing, 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 bing.
As the evening progresses, a clear divide has formed in the house. And for once, the split is not between the generations.
I don't think the divide is between the older lot and the younger lot. I think it's between certain individuals and their way of thinking.
We're fucked. How are we surviving?
What an amazing difference a bit of alcohol makes, isn't it?
Eddie and Lynn are definitely really young ones. I think they're young at heart as well. Like, they're both a bit more relaxed and not as uptight as the others.
Jed.
Are you staying?
No.
You going to bed?
Dr. Hamira Riaz has her own thoughts on the new house dynamic.
When we're amongst strangers, we gravitate towards people on the basis of what we see. So naturally, at the beginning, people tended to think that they had most in common with people the same age. Now that we're at the halfway stage, we're finding that there are splits in the group that are not about age, they're not about gender, they're not about what you can see, they're much more about who you are.
That shirt is so bright and fluorescent.
Hang on. I think my sides might be splitting, I'm not sure.
Why is it because your shirt's so tight?
I don't think I'm friends with anybody, and I suspect I won't become friends with anybody. Good night, folks. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Twat, innit?
The two other guys are younger than Ed, but they're just two absolute pricks.
Oh, come on, don't start all that.
Both Kevin and Bob seem to be really old. I think, well, you know, get real. You were a kid once. People of that age who went into the force at that sort of time will never, ever change their mind. They're totally racist. They're totally homophobic.
Absolutely.
And they will never, ever change their views.
No.
Never.
Well, more for them. More for them.
What a load of ignorant bastards. Do you think people like you, yes or no? No, I don't. And they're all downstairs laughing and taking the piss out of me. Good for them. Fine, happy days.
Kevin and Bob are the first ones up and are discussing the events of last night.
If it had gone down a couple of decibels, but it's just so noisy. When they're like that, I don't have anything in common with them.
No,
I don't know anything about pop music. I don't know anything about models or perfumes or celebrities. I just don't know anything about that.
I didn't feel included. To a large extent, it's been hard. It's quite an emotional sort of roller coaster in a lot of respects. I think it's going to be a long 6 days.
Morning.
Morning.
What time did it all wrap up?
Not terribly late, I can't remember. Yes. Can't believe you didn't come to the bar. Let me make you something.
I don't do cocktails.
You would, you little fuck.
So you, what you doing now?
Nothing.
Do you want to set me up on Tinder?
Yeah, I do.
Tracy, I don't think she's going to go on Tinder anymore, but I thought, well, I'll have a go at that. Oh, no. God, am I extra fussy? I've never seen so many men that look like murderers. They looked awful. No. Oh, that's a bit more interesting.
Oh, he's a fireman.
Oh, is he?
He's a fireman.
Play with his hose, then.
You can play with it if you want.
No, I didn't!
To encourage the volunteers to get to know one another better, they've each been asked to share photos of their lives.
Ding dong day.
Oh my gosh, talk about body goals. Dee.
That was my Bridget Bardot days.
The photos were absolutely terrific. Oh, I love some of those photos. They were great.
This is me and my granddad Joe.
Oh, that's nice.
This is where the namesake comes from.
This sad-looking photo here was just about before I left home, and I was sitting round the table looking at my family and thinking, do you all know I'll be gone tomorrow and none of you know? And that is my sad face.
So why did you feel like that?
Well, I had to do a runner
Who did you do a runner from?
from the marriage.
They had no idea that you were just going to go?
Nobody knew I had it, planned it for 4 years. I left because I was fed up of being controlled. I didn't want to be controlled anymore. I didn't want to be all those years. You know, if you've been sort of, is the word trapped for so many years?
Imprisoned.
But you're not married now?
No.
Nope.
Nope, nobody's coming in my bubble, babe. My bubble.
I think for Jenny to run away from a marriage, that was a massive, massive step to take. It's that sense of freedom and escape from something that you deserve better than. And now that she's in a good place, maybe it's best she buries it and just says, fuck you to everyone, and just is happy.
What advice would I give to the young me is be happy and share it with other people, because life is so precious and every day you should value.
Aww.
If you're surrounded by people at home, you know that probably that those people like you. We're surrounded by strangers and I haven't been able to be me at all.
Bob got upset, which interested me because I don't think of peace and being so emotional.
Go on, Ty, off you go.
Right, go on.
He's holding himself back an awful lot.
So I've got some photos of me from '91 when I was born, and my grandma's house, because I spent most of my time at my grandma's.
Why is that?
Because my mum, I think she had her own issues in life. I didn't really get anything from her.
She didn't care? Why was that?
Give her a hug.
No, don't cry.
Give us a hug.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like...
You've had to fight life on your own.
Yeah, like, but I'm glad because it's kind of made me a strong person. I've never spoken about something so personal to that size of a group, but like, I trust them. They've shared their life with me, so I can share my life with them. I think it will bring us much closer.
I like to think back and think that I had a normal childhood and that it was a happy family, but if I'm being truthful, it weren't. Like, there were a lot of violence as a kid. I saw a hell of a lot. My dad died. My mum hit the bottle, started drinking. Met a guy not long after, and he used to literally like tie me and my sister to a chair, and we'd just have to sit there and watch him beat her to a pulp.
Oh, God.
And I mean, more than once I've cried thinking, that's it, like that's both my parents gone. The noises and the sounds and what I could see, like I'll never forget, but you just learn to live with it and learn to not think about it.
I think I would have cracked if I'd have had to go through what he did as a child.
And I always said the day I turn 18, I'll do time for him for what I had to see. And not necessarily kill him, but I'll just say, yeah, I did beat him up. And the day before I turned 18, he got found dead in his bathroom.
That was lucky.
And
Saved your bacon.
He'd been there a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
My auntie and like people have said to me, that's my dad looking out for me. It was nice to kind of just get it off my chest, put all my cards on the table and just be like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. I've never once wanted sympathy off of anyone.
Yeah, it feels like a family because everybody's close and people tell their problems to one another.
Give us a love.
My little sweetheart.
Dr. Hamira Riaz believes that this exercise may have had a productive impact on the group.
It's really interesting to see how powerful self-disclosure can be in a group situation.
The bottom line is, what have we learnt from this? We smile.
When people think they know each other, have quite fixed beliefs about each other's characters, understanding a little bit more about how they came to be the way that they are completely turns your attitudes about someone on their head.
It's Sunday, and Lynn has stepped firmly out of her comfort zone.
Normally on a Sunday I'd either be playing golf or I'd just be sitting doing nothing. I certainly wouldn't be cooking a roast dinner.
It's something her wife, Eve, would not expect.
When I told Eve yesterday on the phone, she nearly wet herself laughing. She said, babe, when was the last time you cooked a roast dinner? I absolutely can't remember. It's got to be like 25 years ago.
Come in.
Any gravy in there?
In it. No doorbell. Oh,
There is a doorbell there.
Jed, me and Jed will be going. Let's go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Eve. I wondered if I could... Eve! I wondered if I could join you for dinner.
Lynn's wife, Eve, has decided to surprise her by joining the group for the evening.
We have a guest.
Surprise!
Sort of didn't notice Eve straight away, but when Lynn jumped about 3 foot in the air and started smiling like a big Cheshire cat, I put two and two together.
Well, I've never seen one of Lynn's roast dinners, I know.
She went from being like, I'm Lynn, like right tough Lynn, to, oh, you know, like, she's all the eyes was lit up, she was like that.
Look at you! Hello, darling. Hello. Hi.
It pulled the old heartstrings a bit, yeah.
Hey, hello.
It just melted my heart. I mean, they were cuddling, I saw Lynn crying and I got a bit choked up. I was like, I'm gonna start crying. And I was sat looking at him thinking, oh, that's cute, I want that. I want to meet someone now, properly.
I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Because I have to say, it has been really, really difficult for me. Really. I'm a big girl. I could probably have managed the 2 weeks. But maybe I'm just not as hard as I think I am. Because they were just all laughing at me about how soft I was when Evie arrived. This might be a bit lumpy, babe.
Oh, don't worry. I've been waiting 11 years for this, so, I mean, you know.
Well, enjoy.
I needed to witness the fact that Lynn has done her roast dinner.
Literally.
And the other thing is that I don't have any heating or hot water at home, so, I mean, it's a great excuse to get out. Yeah.
Our boiler's packed up, so presumably my wife will be here tomorrow night.
This is the first time the outside world has been let into the social experiment, and it's a reminder of how far outside of their comfort zones these individuals are, especially without the support of the people they depend on. With the arrival of Eve, we see Lynn's vulnerability and how a fulfilling relationship can complete a person.
I'm extremely envious of Lynn because I miss my wife so much, I wish she was here.
An old boiler many a time.
Bob was a bit upset. He is definitely from a generation where you don't show your emotions. Seeing Lynn with her partner, it hit me, so it must have hit him how it hit me. It was well in his right to be upset, but obviously he's one of them proud people that try and hide it away from everybody.
Before she leaves, Eve grabs Lynn for some alone time.
Hello, darling.
Hello, baby.
Oh, so lovely to see you.
So, like with the old girls, you know, like with I know.
That's an affectionate term, babe.
I know, but you know, one of them is 10 years older than me, and one of them is 20 years older than me, and actually, I feel like they're a zillion years away from where I am. It's like I kind of don't have anything in common with the older people here. I mean, nothing. In fact, I actually feel the least accomplished of the people here. They kind of all do something, and I don't
None of
feel
them had a bar.
No, none of them had a bar.
None of them's driven a powerboat.
No, none of them's driven a powerboat, all right.
You got your own business.
All right, okay, I've got my own business.
You know, everybody has their own things.
See, you see things about me that I don't see about me. You know, she knows me that well. I think it's perfect. It's a perfect relationship. And I just can't tell you how happy she makes me.
And don't you change, babe.
I so won't.
Stay young. You're as old as you feel.
I don't care. We don't have to talk about anything, really. I just love the fact you're here. She's everything I could possibly want. Everything. Just all rolled into one 5'7.5" person.
I know.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, baby.
All right.
And I am extremely lucky.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bob has been struggling to gel with the group, and Eve's visit is the final straw.
Although I might look like a complete arsehole, I'm actually a very emotional person. It's emotional time here. Most of the time it's all right. Most blokes my age don't do this. For fuck's sake.